Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're hopping into the Horror Night Party against Halloween Croc with 3 teams for you guys. So that was the first team, those are the supports, let's dive in. Alright, so over here on stage 3, this is where the content starts to get a little bit like how you're going, and I would highly recommend farming up the free-to-play Robin. You can easily just like double Kaido it, like she's super easy to farm. You can literally just like Kaido and Buggy friend captain and then like just like auto mode, and you should be able to take it down, or double Kaido will work fine with auto. She doesn't take too many copies to like get to the point where you need her, and on this particular team, with the King and Queen team, I haven't actually, like, she's not even boosted, but she's just so good for stage 3, because she has meteors, because she removes defense up, and she removes paralysis. She basically just nerfs that whole stage and makes life very, very easy for you. Once you hit stage 4, you come up against Daz Bones, or Mr. 1. He has 3 lackeys. He puts up 8 turns of damage reduction and gives you 5 turns of special binds. On this particular stage, you can use something like the Olin special, the Kazuna Olin, or you can use something like the Black Maria special to remove the special binds. And then both of them actually remove damage reduction. You don't need both of them, but I just thought I'd put both of them in the video as it just sort of showcased to you guys that either or will work, and then you can just bring another one to remove the rest of that damage reduction. Or you can bring a support, something like that should work fine. On this particular stage, we're going to use a Queen special as well. We do get an Orb buff thanks to the Olin special, giving Driven, Powerhouse, and Int characters an Orb buff, and that way we can just sort of take out the units in the back. We can focus on Daz, kill him in the front with the color affinity that Black Maria provides as well, and then we can take out this particular stage easy peasy. Once Daz dies, though, he does bind our bottom row. So you do want to have a way of trying to get around that. It is 7 turns, so it will go down to 4 with sockets, and then 3 when you move into the next stage. So you could use something like Halloween Ace support. You could use like double bind removing support to get around that as well. But once you hit the final stage against Croc, he puts up 4 turns of Threshold, gives your middle row 4 turns of Paralysis, and he poisons us as well. He only lets us use 3 specials, so that's why I like to use the combination of King and Queen here, because they're going to auto-trigger their specials, which means we can basically save ourselves 2 specials on this particular stage as well. Funny enough, though, we actually only need the Beppo, Sachi, and Penguin special. That way we can remove the Paralysis, we can remove the bind, we get a full board of Quick Orbs that King also makes beneficial, and we can just basically double tap Croc. Now, this content was so arrogant when it first came out. I actually hated it so much on Global, but over here on Japan, with the power creep and all the units that we do have access to now, this particular piece of content wasn't overly hard. Like, it wasn't that bad to get around. And the 3 teams that I have put together, I've tried to make them as quick as possible for you guys, but obviously, like, there are a lot of shenanigans, and can make this particular fight a little bit how you're going. Once you do kill Croc, he does come back, and you gotta remember, if you have that poison, it's a little bit scary. But he comes back with 2 turns of resilience, so you do want to make sure you have a way to get around that resilience. We still have our King special though, so we can actually just use that, and Bob's your uncle, see you later, Croc. Let's move on to the next team now. Alright, so the next team is a hybrid Yamato 6-star and Bonney team, completely mono in. So this is the team, those are the supports, let's dive in. Once again, over on stage 3 now, we come up against the zombie guy and 3 of his zombie little raccoon friends. Again, Robin is just so good for this particular stage, and with Bonney as a friend captain, we can actually make recovery orbs matching. Now, I do have the Kazuna Olin on this particular team as well, but she is actually replaceable. She's great because she gives an orb buff, she can remove damage reduction, she can remove special bind, but with this particular team, we are using Halloween Mihawk as well, so you can easily just replace her with anyone that can remove special bind. It's not that big of a deal, but getting that orb boost that she can provide is really, really nice, because she gives an orb boost to Int characters, which is our whole team. The downside to her is she actually turns recovery orbs into Semler slots. Now, I was under the impression that she made Semler slots matching for the entire crew, but turns out it's only for Driven and Powerhouse characters. So because of that, I actually saved the recovery orbs that Robin provides, but I would highly recommend not using that Miguelo special, so that way you actually get rid of some of those recovery orbs, especially on something like Mihawk, and especially on something like Robin, as they're actually not going to become beneficial. I do have a bunch of supports on this team, but like obviously none of them actually work, but like I said, you can swap that Olin out for another character that can basically just remove the special bind. That'll work absolutely fine. You can even use like Black Maria on this particular team if you really wanted to, and that way she gets the color affinity and she can easily take out Daz. And then you can sort of lock your orbs and keep those recovery orbs, which are beneficial under Bonney as well. So that's another option for you guys. Once we hit the final stage against Croc, Croc is going to turn into a Psy unit, which is great. So we have full color affinity here. He puts up 3 turns of Threshold. He gives us Paralysis on our middle row, and he poisons us as well. So I do have the support of what's her name? Nami to get color affinity on this particular stage. We can use the Reiju special to remove the Threshold and give ourselves conditional against poisoned enemies because Croc doesn't have full immunity, and with that we can actually just take him out like easy peasy. There are no normal attacks only on this as well, and full immunity, so like you can abuse something like Kaido, you can abuse obviously King and Queen like you saw in the last stage as well. But on the revive, we are just going to use our Bonney special now. Bonney's going to give us the attack boost and the chain lock, and we're just going to have heaps of damage. We have so much damage that we can just easily take out Croc here. With the poison that Reiju provides as well, the treasure map Reiju, we can kill Croc through the resilience, and it just works really, really nicely. That Rage is really, really good for this particular piece of content. So that was the Yamato and Bonney team. Let's move on to the final team of the video now. And the final team utilizes Law with a hybrid Vivi captain. So this is the team. Those are the support or supporter. Let's dive in. Alright, so over here on turn 3, we come up against the zombie once again. This whole team is cerebral based. It does use the treasure map carousel though, so he's pretty essential for this team. He's just an absolute utility god, and I did want to sort of include him here just because he's probably, like, him and the Morley are like some of the treasure map units that are just always going to be viable in content moving forward. So I really wanted to actually include them, or him, in this particular showcase, as he's very, very good. Very, very good. You want to make sure that you get down to your Vivi Rebecca special before you come into this stage against Mr. 1. This team, like, works very, very well, but it is one of the slower, like, it is slower than the other two teams. So if you are using this team, just be mindful, like, the Sengoku support is very, very good. It's not essential, but, like, it's very, very good. And you do need to sort of stall out for your specials here. This team, like, flogs it though. Like, there's no issues with this particular team whatsoever. We have Vivi Rebecca to remove the 8 turns of damage reduction that Daz puts up. We get an attack boost with Law and the extra damage buff. And because we just have Vivi's amazing special for the final stage, we can get an ore buff, we get an attack boost. It's literally just with Vivi. And then we can just remove all the utility. Like, we get all the utility with our boy Karasu as well. So once you do kill Daz, as you guys know, your bottom row gets binded. But that's fine because Karasu is actually going to take care of that. Ideally, you want to have, like, Robin in the middle to get around the hunger, but you could also, like, just bring characters to remove hunger like you saw with Bonney on that previous team as well. On the final stage against Mr. Zero, or Crocodilius, he's going to put up the threshold, and he gives us paralysis on our middle row as well as poison. Literally, Carousel is a god here. He removes everything. He removes the threshold, the paralysis, and the bind, which is just so damn nice. We can wrap it up with our Legend Vivi special to give ourselves a full board orbs, an orb buff, and then with her super typing, we can actually get an attack buff as well. So from this particular point on, we're so fine here. Like, we have so much damage. You can easily use the support of that Nami as well to get color affinity to your int units as well. That's going to give you more damage. But once Croc dies, he does have the revive with resilience. We are going to pop the Arena Mihawk special. Make sure you guys have enough HP there. If you're hitting your perfects with Law, you're getting healing back anyway. We're going to remove the resilience thanks to Mihawk. We get a chain lock, and with that, Croc is just going to say goodbye because we still have that orb boost thanks to Vivi. So that's going to wrap up the video today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the rehash of the Horror Night Party against Halloween Croc. If you guys did enjoy this one, make sure to go down there and belt that like button for me if you're new to the channel. Hit the big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.